Welcome to the Chamber for Good Administrative Area Training. This is to help you as chamber executives or the designated chamber liaison individual for Chamber for Good, whoever you may be that represents the Chamber of Commerce, take you through the system and help you understand how the back end works so that you're able to get in and do all the things that you need to do as a Chamber of Commerce. I want to mention right off the bat that there is very little work and effort involved on the part of the Chamber of Commerce. Most of it is, the vast majority is charity driven as far as the work goes. It's just with Chamber of Commerce oversight. So for today's purposes, we're actually going to go through and explore a live Chamber of Commerce. We're going to go into the Surprise Regional Chamber of Commerce. And the Surprise Regional was actually the first chamber to adopt the Chamber for Good system. So they actually adopted in 2012. That was the first chamber that we launched it with. And we're going to go into their system to help you see how to get into your back-end administrative area and how to maneuver and take care of everything that you need to back there. So when you come to your own Chamber for Good site, ensure that it's got all the correct branding and everything else, but these things can be changed in the administrative area as well. So if there's the wrong logo here or anything else, let us know. But as you scroll down, go to the very bottom of the page, you'd click on the Chamber login area. And that brings you to the login page. Simply put the username and password in. And again, those should have been emailed to you. And we really recommend that once you log into the system, you change those. I've gone ahead and made some changes here to this live one so that these aren't exactly all currently live, username, password, and some of the information there as well, but just for demonstration purposes. So we're logged into the back-end administrative system for the Surprise Regional Chamber of Commerce, Chamber for Good. And you'll see that again, this is where you can make all the updates that you need to, basic information, contact information for the chamber, administrative information, so again, Facebook link, Twitter link, that's where these go. Again, your chamber logo would go right here, admin email, and then your eligibility text right here. Be sure on the eligibility text, you can always come in and make changes, but be sure that is present. Otherwise, nothing will show up when your charities go in. So you want to make sure that you've got your eligibility text there, and you can simply click Update to make any changes to that. This is the Modify Chamber page. So again, you can get there from anywhere in the system by clicking Modify Chamber. It's the one that you log into, kind of the home page of the administrative area. Next, we're going to move to View Charities. Now, when charities, click Add My Charity. It sends, they complete the information, it sends an email automatically to the contact information that you put in previously on the previous page here, making you aware that a charity is requested to become part of Chamber for Good. You follow the link, come to the site, and you can actually, at this point, make a decision whether or not they should be approved or not. And as you click on, here's one that's pending, I can choose to have it active, inactive, or pending status. That is really the sum total of the ongoing work and management that is required of the Chamber of Commerce. Again, the vast majority of this is charity driven, the work side of things, just with some oversight from the Chamber of Commerce. Keep in mind you can always come back in here as well. If I wanted to go ahead and take a look at a particular charity and what they have in their profile, or perhaps they want me to help them with something. They're out of town and they don't have access, who knows, but I can actually click on this any charity in the system and I'm taken to the charity admin area. So I can actually go in and make changes to their account and post needs and take needs down or edit needs or anything else that I need to do. So it gives you direct access to all of the charities that are also listed on the page. The featured element here is the only one that of these three that is currently live. So if I click on a charity as a featured charity, all that means is in the home page where you have the charities rotating around right here, the featured charities, that they'll show up. And it'll simply take the logo or the icon or the graphic, the photo that the charity put in, and that's what it uses. So it just gives some extra visibility. Again, the idea here is that you're wanting those members of Chamber for Good that are also Chamber of Commerce members to get a little bit of extra visibility. We'd recommend that you keep these active because in the next update there will be an added little seal and another little, some other little mentions, whether or not they're truly locally based rather than just locally active, and if they're in fact a chamber member. We want to raise the visibility of those particularly. But of course, you're wanting to make sure that all charities, regardless of chamber membership, are active and involved with Chamber for Good. Next down, we'll click on the Add Modify Flash Cause. And again, this is a very powerful tool that as you build up your email address list for your community, this becomes even more powerful. And again, I can simply, if I needed to clear this out, I delete the cause. Here, I just put in the headline. On the Flash Cause, I can put in about a paragraph's worth of text here. I can link that. I can put a photo in there and then have that photo link, or a logo and have it link, so I can send it off to another website where they're actually collecting money or donations for a particular cause. But again, it's just a nice, very simple, very direct form of communicating an urgent need that requires the community to rally around. Put the information in, click submit, and again, I can delete it right here anytime. When I delete it, it just goes back to the placeholder with your chamber logo. Moving down, the View Sponsors area. Again, depending on the package that your Chamber of Commerce has, some chambers have sponsorship spots, some don't. All of you are eligible to have sponsorship spots. You can always, some of them, you can always purchase additional spots, up to 4 spots. There's one that's permanently locked, and again, that is the one that Chamber for Good reserves for state sponsors and others that support. That allows us to make this in many cases free or very close to free for Chambers of Commerce. Again, to add a new logo in here or down below, if I had a new media partner, I just simply click on the Browse button here, pulls up the search mechanism. I type in the company name, the URL that it goes to. Again, you've got a partner or a sponsor. This was a media partner. And then I find the file, the logo that corresponds to that. I click Add, and it's done. And it will show up here, and then it will show up in the rotation on the website as well. Going down to the event list, this is a nice feature because as a Chamber of Commerce, you may need sometimes go in and make some edits, delete some things, but you have access to modify or delete any events posted by any charitable organizations. We don't recommend doing it. We recommend you have a good, strong relationship with them. But if you have people that are abusing it, but you don't want to deactivate their account, this is a great way to be able to make some changes to it. So you can go in and you can modify a particular listing or delete it. Sometimes it's to help that particular cause. In fact, if we move down to add new event, well, why would the chamber have a new event? Again, you've got a lot of for-profit corporations and businesses that are out there that will have events that benefit local charities and things. So, but they won't be members of Chamber for Good because they're not 501c3 nonprofit organizations. So you want to make it available to them so you can make them aware of the fact that the Chamber of Commerce can actually post their event on this calendar. And over time, this calendar will become a kind of a central clearinghouse for all philanthropic related events for the entire community. It's very specific to these types of events. And it's great because it won't be buried down or diluted in other community types of calendars and things. It's got its own place, it's got its own home. So again, basic information, title, basic description of the event, start date, start time, end date, end time, and an image. Add, it's uploaded, boom, it's done. And you can make a change to those by going into event list anytime. Send notify email. You know, our goal was to make this very clean and a lot of room for breathing and very intuitive and simple. I think sometimes we might have gone a little overboard. It looks a little too clean. But here you are. The whole point with this function here is that you can simply type in any kind of a message, send information off, click send. It automatically goes out to all the charities. You don't have to keep a separate updated email list or anything else. So if you want to notify them, hey, congratulations, we've got this event coming up, or we're thinking about having a charity or a Chamber for Good Expo as we get closer to the holiday season. You know, this is a great way to be able to communicate with them. Also, hey, we're going to put together a Chamber for Good Advisory Council, something that we really recommend that every chamber do. It's not required, but you'll end up really taking things to another level if you create a Chamber for Good Advisory Council. Any information you need to directly communicate to the charities and not wanting to worry about, well, do we have all of them in there or have some been deactivated? This goes to all of the active charities in the system. Okay, back to the menu. Suggestion box. All right, it's a little bit old school, but again, we're very interested in making this even better and more successful, and we recognize that some of the best ideas that we'll get will come from you as the users, as you're out there. If you find elements that, it'd be really great if we could do this, or one thing that our charities are really asking is this function. We've already received quite a few great suggestions, and some of those will actually be implemented in our next updates. But please never hesitate to shoot them here. You don't have to send an email. You can give us a call as well. The last element in the administrative area here is the Google Analytics. And as a former software company owner and building a lot of these sites and systems, I know that sometimes I particularly would always get frustrated when I would want to know what kind of traffic or use my system was having, and then it was the provider of the software that was letting me know that information. And I don't want to imply that they would be dishonest with me or anything else, but I kind of like to know that I'm getting the information directly from the source. And so what we've done here is created a way that you can get your own Google Analytics account, a very simple thing to do, and then you'll take that HTML code that they give you right at the end there, copy that, paste it right in here, click submit, and immediately you'll have Google Analytics set up with your Chamber for Good system, so you can pass information along to the charities that are participating, and just you'll be able to see as your publicity is increasing that you're seeing the increased traffic and other things. So you've got so many different markers and milestones and ways to gauge the success of the growth of Chamber for Good by the increased traffic, the increased emails, the increased use, so on and so forth. One of the things that we will eventually want to implement, but we don't want to force the issue because we don't want to put success down as a certain amount of items or anything else, but we will have a way to start quantifying that information for you as well. But for now, get your Google Analytics in there so that you have an idea as to what kind of traffic you're getting. That way when you begin to publicize things a little bit more and to collect more emails and to have media partners and municipal partners publicizing it, get that link out to your municipality, the Give Local Chamber for Good link out to your municipality. Why wouldn't they support Give Local? Um, anyway, if there are any questions, please don't hesitate again to call us, shoot us an email. But hopefully this has given you a good overview of the back-end administrative system. And dive in, get comfortable with it again. Very intuitive. It was meant to be very direct, straightforward, and not look overly complex. So we're always open to suggestions, but thanks for your time, and again, let us know if there's anything that we can do to help as you launch your Chamber for Good system.